Well, you mentioned earlier that you write quite a lot, and do you notice then, for instance, when you're compiling an album like this, do you notice that the first song you wrote, that it kind of sets a foundation for what the other songs will be?
Yeah, for this record, for the new one, yeah.
Oh, not for the last one?
For the last one, no.
Why not for the last one?
Because it was like a period of 2 years.
Okay.
I think I wrote all those songs. And there was so many different periods. And I write every day, so like a lot changed, and you can hear like some of them are like just really simple, and like that singer-songwriter sound, like almost folky, and then some of it's just it can't be further removed from that, and so that's something I've learned now through creating a record like that, like the last one. That there is so many different directions that we could go in. It's just choosing which one.
What? Well, I was going to say push you over the edge, but what veers you into one direction or the other? And then, particularly with what you're writing now.
You're always like so. 3 out of 4 songs that I write, like no one will ever hear.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I do that because it's important to learn what you like about where you're going, and to realize where you're going. So then I move all that away, and then I keep this one, and then I keep that one, and then you sort of you write more like that, and then you keep going, and you start refining it and refining it and refining it, which I didn't know how to do originally, but now I think we're touching upon it. And it's not like
there's something to be said for not forcing it too much as well. I think.
You know, I think it's just the natural.
As long as you serve the song and serve some sort of understanding of the whole sort of composition, then I don't think you need to define your sound straight away. Maybe I don't know. That's the way I feel about it. I don't like to be a bit free
about it. We don't know what the sound is yet. We've not got that. Like we're just writing and playing. And
okay, fair enough. And then, you say most of the songs you write, they never see the light of day. Do you keep these ideas?
No, you don't have to, because you always learn from every song.
Okay.
You learn. And you never forget like certain parts, and, like progressions or anything. You know, I remember the first riff I ever wrote. You know, it's kind of like just build on it.
Okay. And well, when it comes to the record, then. Is there, well, let me ask you differently. Is there one song that you were particularly impressed by that he wrote?
I love them all. They're all so eclectic, so different. That's the best thing. One week I like a certain song, next week I like another. His writing's brilliant. It's all there. I don't have a favourite, no. I'm really looking forward to the next single that's going to be coming out, Honeycomb.
There were 3 tracks that we couldn't stick on the record that will now, there'll be like a deluxe edition coming out. And at the same time, the 3 other tracks that we split off from the record, which are, like they fit right in.
Right.
We just chose to save them. So, and we actually, our favourite tracks are from that. You know, so, and that's about to be released in like 3 months.
And Barney, do you know what the songs are about then?
Yeah, no, I get the backstories eventually.
And you say eventually, are there discussions about the lyrics
sometimes
or about?
Sometimes they ask.
Yeah, normally we end up getting the lyrics wrong and then and getting in trouble. But no, yeah, they're all interesting. They're all honest, which is the most important thing.
And for you then, is that a difficult thing to do? Because not only to the band, but to expose these honest feelings to everyone?
I think like honesty like towards what you do is like the most important thing. I think why like try and hide what you think or how you feel, because then you're just lying to everyone else. Like what's the point of doing it then?
Right.
Like, there's enough people doing that.
Is there, for instance, a song that you had a tough time with writing then?
No, we do. Sometimes, now and again, you look at it and you think, is that too honest? But then when you get to that, that's only a good thing, because then you're like, well, at that point there's 2 things you can do. You can either go, okay, that's fine. Or you then try and turn it into a riddle, and then you just pick a completely different word and then just not mean anything right. And usually I go for the former.
Can you give me an example of a song where that happened?
Yeah, go on then. Okay. So, Dove in Your Mouth. I was not with. It was inspired by, say, my girlfriend. It's called Susanna.
Okay.
And I was like, when I wrote it, I was like, we went together.
Okay.
And she didn't know, like, I loved her. So I was like, do I use her name or do I not use her name? And she kind of left the country, and I was like, yeah, I'll just use it. And then, because I could have literally could have been any name.
Right.
You know what I mean? Roxanne had been used. I was like, just trying to think of everything, like every possible. Like,
hey, Roxanne. Everyone drinks.
But then I was just like, even if she does hear it, it doesn't really matter because it's true. Okay? And she already knew anyway, and it all works out.
But I was going to say,
I'll tell a story. The first time we were rehearsing this song before we went into the recording studio, we were practicing at our rehearsal space, and she was joining us later. And I don't think you'd quite yet at this point in time spilled the beans about what the song was about. She hadn't heard the song. So we've just been playing. It's about 3 minutes maybe building up to this first chorus where you hear
Suzanne.
Hey Suzanne.
Guess who?
Time to perfection. She swings open the door on the lyric. Yeah. Well, you bought with the line, man. You can't sing Hey Suzanne when she walks right through the door, apparently. That's not.
But so she obviously found out quickly that the song was about her. So
sorry.
What was her reaction?
We didn't even talk about it. We didn't even talk about it. She just
Still to this, I have it.
No, because everybody else takes the piss. So like all the band like are constantly that's about how they they introduce themselves when they see each other. They go, hey, Suzanne.
Okay.
I don't know many girls who wouldn't like a song like that written about them person.
But do these the songs you write? You say honesty is very important. So do they always concern people you know or yourself, or can they be things you read? So or
yeah, because like say a lot of my mind wasn't about anyone I knew. It's about a guy called Mannington Burns.
Okay.
He died, and I was sad about that. And and there was this tiny little thing in the newspaper about it. And I was like, how can people be so savage? And like some of them are about me, and some of them are about people I know. It's kind of most of the time now. It's really good to put myself in somebody else's shoes, like, and then try and gauge a feeling that I don't have but somebody else does, and then use that to work with.
Is this it? Because I was going to ask, which might sound a bit weird, but what compels you to write about these stories? But is it this that you kind of can place yourselves in their minds and kind of discover?
No, none of that.
Okay.
It's just emotion, like I'm sure you read something, you might make you happy, or it might make you laugh, or it might make you sad, or it might make you angry. It's just the same thing, except I just write it down.
And what do you, if anything at all, do you want people to take away anything from it?
The thing is, because I don't, I write like I always do in my room on my own. I just write for myself, like, because I love doing it. I really do. There's something in me that really engages with writing words and writing music, and that's all I do all the time.
Right.
And I really enjoy it. It makes me happy, even when it's about something sad or angry. When I'm done, I feel relieved.
In a cathartic sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, finally then, you've already mentioned that the new album is already almost finished. Do you have an album title yet?
Yeah. I don't know if it will be it, but at the moment it's called The Last Thing I'll Say to the Man Who Will Kill Me.
Okay.
And the first one I hear that. My management don't even know.
And why this title?
Because I feel like it's a point where I think musically we're ready to, or at least I'm ready to make a record that's like I've been waiting to make. You know, like first record, like had to be put.
Yeah. Had this first record, was it kind of in the way, so to say, that
Oh, it's
you had to get it out of
life to do that, and you did it, and now I'm ready to progress, hopefully.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Cheers, man.
Thank you.